I'm over it, you know. I'm just used to it. It's in every game anyway.
Can you
I've come to
say
accept it.
Siam Slayer like
It's supposed to be
what?
Sioma. Supposedly, it was supposed to be Sioma the Slayer, and it was supposed to be noon, and it was supposed to be. Then people try to mess with Pasha, and jeez, just like I don't know. I do my best. I read the threads.
I mean, I think it's something worth making an effort about
Oh, I
as a
agree.
caster, but
It's
I just
frustrating
like
when you make the effort and then you're told you're wrong. Like then you have like 3 different Russian people telling you you're saying it wrong, and then they're all arguing amongst each other, and you just wish the players, you know what I mean, would make a statement on it. And then when the players actually are asked, they just say, "I don't care," and you're just like, "Well, I wish you'd just give me something."
yeah, that does happen. That is a thing. Is this sound working this
Oh
time?
yeah, it's working. It's working. It's fine. Don't worry.
Okay.
It was just because there was just music going at the start. Everything's fine.
Yeah, great. Yeah, one more pick for Alan's Pro Gaming here. It's almost certainly going to be an offlane hero. I mean, Queen of Pain's a hero that I've seen offlane in the past, but if you're running a safe lane Spectre, I think it's pretty greedy to run offlane Queen of Pain, so he's likely to be mid. It's also a deny pick for Noon or no one, whatever you call him, because he plays a pretty scary Queen of Pain.
I know he's definitely no one. I know that. That's
he's
the
no
correct
one.
one. Yeah, he's no one.
Okay, fair enough. Vega Squadron, they definitely have both their supports as well. So probably not the offlane, probably the mid or safe lane that they're gonna pick up. It depends on where the tiny goes. It's actually gonna be a tight answer for Elements Pro Gaming, and this is a hero that's showed like moments of like maybe resurgence into the scene at the start of this patch, but I haven't seen it that much since then. I saw it in a couple of games near the start of the patch, and then it kind of disappeared again. I'm not sure why. Like it is a very team fighty context, very team fighty meta game. It's got that new crazy Aghanims upgrade, which is probably not really worth going for ever, but yeah, it's a thing. It exists.
Yeah, I was actually calling this for this earlier, and they went for a Clockwork instead of the Tidehunter in the IO Tiny we had earlier. I like the Anchor Smash up against the Tiny too, which is kind of goes underrated because usually you think about the Ravage, right? But that's a pretty big blow to his damage because it's all base damage, right? And so you get all this massive damage reduction stacked on top.
And you usually want a big like team fight ulti to go with Spectre. If it's a Darkseer or if it's a Mag or whatever, Tidehunter can fulfill that role. It's also very good, obviously, against the Wisp Tiny. Relocate in and Tidehunter can just prepare the Blink Ravage. It's going to be actually a one-position Timbersaw, which is something that has recently become quite popular. We saw, I think Sumail's probably responsible for that. He was running it quite a lot, and it's actually, I mean, I almost feel like it was really important to EG as a team after they re-added RTZ. There were questions being asked about, can they balance out Sumail and RTZ, get good value out of both players in the same lineup? And I feel like when they were running Sumail and Timbersaw, that was when they looked strongest to me, EG. And then a bunch of teams started doing safe lane Timbersaw after seeing that. And looks like Vega Squadron will be the safe lane sort teams.
Alright, well, I'm ready. I'm ready to rock and roll with this. So, let's see here. And the quick little TP coming to the mid lane. The good lucks, they're thrown out. You know, these guys, I'm sure they scrim against each other. They hang out at tournaments. You know, they're running around into each other. Then again, I suppose Elements haven't been to one of those quite yet. But they're looking to get... Oh, that was loud.
Can you hear? There's like someone in my room doing things.
Oh,
sorry.
No, not really. I thought it was me. I thought I did it.
No.
No, you're good. Whoa, this Timbersaw, this is freaky. Is this lore appropriate? Oh well. Did they spot this ward out? Doesn't look like it. No, nice. They're gonna snipe this ward thanks to their own.
Are you asking if Timbersaw's cosmetics are lore appropriate?
I don't know. It looks weird.
It does actually. It looks like
30 seconds.
Obviously evil.
It's like
I think
Mad
Timbersaw's
Max
meant to be
something.
Yeah, Timbersaw's meant to be like more ambiguous. I think could be one of the good guys. But
it's pretty super evil.
Yeah, something from Dexter's lab, but like a more maybe a cross between Dexter's lab and Dexter Stark's companion. It's like halfway between the two.
The battle begins.
All right, well, the rune trade all day, every day. And the mid lane, this is probably one of the lanes that I think would be difficult for the Queen of Pain. You know, she's tends to suffer up against the Io and the Tiny, I think, usually the lane dominator, but she's going to have the Bane, so everything's fine. Just a little bit of Bane Dota. Oh, nice block, too. Should be able to get quite a bit of harass onto him because of this. And with the Bane here, this should be in their favor, I guess. Like, I guess it depends on the missteps and how well they can harass the being harassed by the creep waves and try and get off their wombo combo.
Yeah, I don't know. You can never underestimate the power of Wisp Tiny as a combo, and this is a team that definitely know how to run it together. And anytime you think that like a lane is favorable against them, and suddenly they just do things. So I don't know. I mean, they're going behind at the moment in terms of last hits. But I always just when I'm watching this lane, just expect all of a sudden they make kills. Didn't think they could make.
Well, this is the first Spectre I've seen in quite a while. That's definitely a hero that fell off. There was this one phase where everyone was like, "Oh, Spectre's like the best hero. Like Spectre's so good." I think that something to do with assist gold. There was like a change to assist gold since then, or that was the previous time.
I'm not sure. Spectre's had. I mean, if you go far enough back, Spectre's had many like big times where it was like the top carry in the metagame in Dota 1 and Dota 2, and there's a recent one. That's the one you're referring to. But I actually did see it picked a few times earlier today. I think right at the start of the Europe games it was being picked. I'm pretty sure. Okay, it's
okay. They got the kill. We caught it. Don't worry.
Cool. Good job. You do you. I'll do me. I'm pretty sure that Na'Vi ran a Spectre in the game where they were like far behind and made a comeback. Dandy was playing Mag and Ditcher was Spectre. And I think that one of the other European teams also picked the Spectre but didn't win with it. So it seems to be like somewhat trending in the scene right now. I'm not. Like, I mean, it goes back to we've been speaking about it all day. This current patch, people haven't figured out the like obvious best carries that should be picked every game, and so the carry picks vary quite a lot outside of Gyrocopter being there a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's just no one seems to be able to wiggle their way in there, I guess. I mean, we're getting Timber Saws, we're getting ourselves some Night Stalkers, Slider. It's making a little bit of a run back too. Like, no one else seems ready to just take on the farm, and I guess it's just because a lot of those other heroes, they can't offer the amount of damage and then the amount of rotation possibly. Like Gyrocopter has got that mean old rotation, whereas some of those other heroes just don't have that same element to them.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I mean, Gyrocopter is one of the heroes that the existing meta was built around. Yeah. So like obviously it's not going to go away unless the hero gets dramatically changed, and it has received a few nerfs, but they're fairly minor ones for the most part, I would say. I think the most recent Gyro nerf was like his level 1 cooldown does a little bit less damage. I think like 20 less damage.
The first, isn't it like the first rocket does less?
Yeah, the first rocket does 20 or 25 less. It's not that huge.
No, just a little tweak.
Yeah, it's gonna be a quiet early game. We've seen a lot of these today, actually. It's interesting. From a lot of teams that we come to expect aggression from, we've seen a lot of very quiet early games. And we spoke about this earlier as well. It probably goes to the gravity of the matches. The fact that these games are all worth the same amount, and it only takes a few games and then you're out. I mean, 5 teams per group, you need to be in the top 2 to get to the playoffs.
Alright. But you're right, it is just kind of quiet. Are you thinking the mechanism here for the Tidehunter? It seems like someone could be handy on their team considering the opposition they're up against. The Blink Dagger, it is going to be more reactionary with the Ravages and stuff, so maybe you don't need the Blink?
I actually really like the Blink. Is Yoku just taunting? Did you see that? I don't know if you're watching.
Yeah,
he's like walking around the creeps taunting, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him go it a couple times. It's definitely the best one I think that's come out so far. Yeah, he's jumped up. Oh! Just some Queen of Pain things. The range on that Blink never ceases to amaze me.
I think, speaking of Blink, I think that the Tide actually does want to Blink in this game. I don't know if he's going to get the mech first, but I think the Blink's pretty important. Because, I mean, you said, yeah, it's mostly be reactive, and to some extent it might be. But there's going to be a point at which they want to be able to start a fight, and it's really the only way they do start a fight. Other than Bane going at people, which is risky. But Tide's actually in trouble at the top lane, and then glimpsed back, and Timbersaw might be able to finish this. Tries to TP out.
Whoa, no. 2 points from Timber Chain.
Chop,
Finish him off nice and easy.
There's pressure.
General's coming up here. He's invis. He's only level 4. It looks like he'll still get Seema here.
Oh, the
Seema
deny.
goes down.
The deny. You gotta, come on. You're doing play by play. You need to be like, where's the fake hype? That's a.
There's the fake hype to a deny. Oh, he
Yeah,
punished him.
yeah, you should. Why didn't you call it a disaster?
Oh, the one pickoff of the support that gets denied instead of killed. I mean, it's actually kind of a big deal.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what? You gotta just do you. That's almost a cop, but then you gotta be authentic. That's all the Twitch chat wants.
Do you know what was going through my head? Is I'm just thinking to myself, I hate the fact that no matter what I say right now, someone is gonna make some comment in the Twitch chat about how I'm saying Seema, Soima, Soyama, Sioma. It's apparently, according to Vegas Manager, it's Seema, whatever you want to say. And so that's what Vegas Manager says. That's what I'm gonna say, and that's just how we're all gonna have to live together, happy-go-lucky family. And I suggest y'all do the same.
Prima,
So
Prima the
Seema's back, baby.
I saw someone in chat earlier say semen. I guess that's probably a common
the one
joke.
that everyone was all getting all angry over was it was supposedly supposed to be Sioma, like Syoma, basically. But then Vega's like, no. And then they said no about the noon thing, too. So I don't trust that thread anymore, and I'm just going to go with Seema. Because that's what the manager says. And that's who I trust.
You're just name dropping. You're like, oh, I know the Vega Manager. Look at me.
No, I'm literally just listening to this. Someone I know knows the Vega Manager. That's close enough. From my friend of a friend.
Oh, okay.
Kappa.
Well, I've also got friends who have friends, so... Well, Point is online for Spectre, so we might see elements go for a play. Often Spectres, when they first get Haunt, like just want to get that one early kill, then come back to farming. They haven't got any kills on the board yet, and as I said, the Queen of Pain started becoming under pressure, even though early on she and the Bane were doing better against the Tiny and the Wisp. Like, we've seen Tiny and Wisp try to kill her many times, she's blinking away a lot, and so she's gone behind on farm as a result of that.
Yeah, and you really do want that big burst of damage. It's almost like you want the Spectre to come in and play the Zeus role. Come in, take the kill here, have some gold, it's fine. Oh, they try and reach a little deep there on that one. Won't quite be able to catch our general.
Also, we didn't talk about in the drop, but there's I mean, we said AA and Spectre synergy, but AA and Quap is also great synergy. Spec and Quap's great synergy. Like, Quap's a hero that very often can, like, just about solo kill someone and just add a little bit of damage and works really nicely for the mid game. But first she has to get her level 6, because she's not just behind on gold and last hit, she's been behind on XP too. Tiny's got a lot of denies, and Tiny goes for a kill and pop in.
So close every time, just can't quite finish him up. If only the Eye was here. Some of those balls, and, well, he's actually
doesn't matter that much,
though.
It's like, each time you do that to the Queen of Pain, she has to go back, she has to use all her bottle charges, something like, you're putting her so far behind even if you don't kill her. Do Vega have anything? No, they can't actually steal the ancient stack, not until Tiny has like Ags, which is much later in the game.
At the same time though, can they really... actually, he's got 3 points, I suppose, like, maybe a couple more levels and it's feasible.
Well, they can try and kill people, they can contest that way, and it's gonna be a nightmare on the Tiny. Maybe a setup, here's General, that's the first Ravage we've seen, and
alright, Sonic Wave's
also
ready.
the ones.
Oh, fire this off. Downhill go, and solo to follow. Perfect situation there. Doesn't get much better than that off the first Ravage of the game.
This is one of the situations where like no one in solo are like a bit embarrassed about what happened, and they like sheepishly tell their team, like, guys, they used 3 ultis. It's...
Yeah,
have you
down,
seen that happen
Ravage
where like
down.
someone dies and like to feel better about dying, they're just like, this is how many spells they used to kill me.
Yeah, especially when they all chat it. That's the best. Oh, really? 3 ultis? Question mark, question mark? Yeah.
I mean, in this case, it actually is quite significant because Tired and Quap and Spectre all have long cooldown and they ulti this early on. So it does actually free up the map for, like, you know, if Wisp was level 6 already, they could just go wherever they want and do whatever they want right now. Lets Timber dive pretty deep as well if he wants to, but unfortunately for him, no one's trying to lane against him. And by no one, I mean nobody.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's like the perfect timing though for using all these ultimates. Like you said, like, he's not quite level 6 solo. They're now gonna take some sacks, so this might bring them back up to the point where they'll have relocate before the big ones are back. Another 70 seconds. It's gonna be close. The Ravage, saying around the same timing. So we'll see. Actually, getting this 6, this might be a really big turning point here if they can get it and get a gank off before those ultis are going to reappear.
And Illusion actually rushed Vanguard and Spectre. The build that I've seen in pubs recently is Vanguard into Blade Mail and like really delaying the Radiance. It's a super fighty build. Otherwise, you could just go Vanguard straight into the Radiance. Did you catch that?
Yeah, bot.
I was actually so close. I was looking at Spectre, like just around the corner. I don't know. Do you think he saves straight to the Radiance here, or is this actually the start of a fighty build? Because there's 2 ways you go with the Vanguard.
Do you buy Radiance this game against this lineup? Timbersaw doesn't seem like it's really gonna do anything. Tiny, Io, like, I mean, I guess for the farm acceleration, but
it's quite good against Disrupt, and it's very good against Earthshaker because
that's true.
Never gonna blink anywhere. And I also just think it's like the best farmy item on Spectre, and ultimately Spectre is about going very late game usually. So I don't doubt that he'll go Radiance at some point, or he's gonna hunt into bot lane. Timbersaw's getting caught out. Here come all the ultis again. TP, no, again not gonna make it. So seems like the ultis do the trick. And actually, speaking of ultis, Bane's got level 6 now, so there's gonna be a Fiend's grip somewhere, maybe at the mid lane. Bane's still covered by smoke. Smoke's gonna run out soon though.
Yeah, see if you can catch out Mag. Mag's still
getting
1-0. It's gonna be quiet. Oh. There's a relocate. Coming in, they're going for the plays. They're gonna glimpse him back and doesn't actually get caught in the connect field, and now he's gonna make his way up over the trees, and that was not quite the perfect gank.
Yeah, and Vega, not great. Look, first game of the tournament, like not looking completely polished in everything they do. They still did really well in their approach to the mid lane. I like that. I like the innovation. They're picking the safe lane to Timbersaw. But the execution is not quite there yet.
And Ice Blast connects, but again, oh wait. Where was that last Sonic Wave used? Did I miss one?
That wasn't the kill on the Timbersaw at the bot lane.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh. Sorry, I was contemplating a different one.
It's okay to be tired when you've been casting all day. That's
we're almost at the 12-hour mark.
Yeah,
we're getting there. It's okay. No, we're finishing out strong. It's fine. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Victor went back for the trades.
Oh, give it to him! Oh no, he got cancelled. He started the Fiend's grip. That's kind of an issue here. So they're coming back in now. He'll return the favor.
Did he cancel it or?
No one did. The avalanche came out just as the animation started.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
So
at least it's not an unforced error. At least there's that. Would be more embarrassing if he just cancelled it himself. Which sometimes bans do. You know, you like decide you actually don't want to do it, but it's already gone off.
Well, so now we got the relocate. It's back online. Last time the target was the Spectre. It was not successful. I imagine Solo, he'll be looking to just head on home and get ready for round number 2. Did they ever... They did take down the full ancient stack as well, yeah. So Blink Dagger almost done here for Yoku.
Yeah, and there's nearly a Blink Dagger from Mag as well. So... These blink timings could be huge. I guess it's still technically possible Yoku could go for the mech, but I don't think he will. I think they want to fight, so I think that's what they're setting up for, and I actually still kind of think Spectre's going to go one more fighting item after the trades in Vanguard before going Radiance.
Do you think it would just be the Yasha, or... I mean, I definitely think it is. Seema sends him on back with the glimpse. Either way. What was I
actually really like the Blade Mail here.
Yeah,
there's so many sources of damage on. Yeah, like, and it's damage that you can't stop. You know, like you can't do it to someone but not hit Spectre. The Avalanche Toss, the Earthshaker spells, the Timbersaw spells, even the Static Storm. So I think that's the item if you want the early item. Another one, but a commitment then, because if you spend that much gold on early items, Vanguard, Blade Mail, etc., then you kind of really want to do something. Whereas if you save straight for Radiance, then there's not as much pressure on the team to do things. And it's something we've discussed throughout the day. Like sometimes teams end up putting too much pressure on themselves to make certain kinds of plays, and they kind of choke themselves out of the game. But I think with the Blink Dagger on Tight Answer, they're probably quite happy to go for plays now anyway, which is what they've been doing all game so far. Elements, whenever they got ultis, they just go use them basically.
Oh, they did walk in up there, that ward.
I was just gonna say, it's a great rule of thumb for pub players out there. If you have a big impact ulti, whenever it's cooled down, use it.
Yeah.
Early on in the game, that's usually a good strategy for gaining value increments.
Like, even just one kill, like if you have like black hole, please don't hesitate to black hole one person. It's totally worth it. What else? You're not gonna get like this godlike black hole off. Same thing with RP too. It tends to be something a lot of people don't want to do, and yet even though it's like similar timing, people do the same thing with Sonic Wave. They'll check out every single time for a solo kill. There's something about certain spells, you know. They've got a different air to them.
Well, that Shaker's got Blink Dagger now too, so this really could come down to who initiates on whom. It's a lot easier actually for elements. There's not a whole lot stopping Tight Answer from getting a nice Blink ulti. There's a Spectre Horn, there's a Ice Blast, even though Sonic Wave to some extent could clip the Earthshaker when he's trying to blink in. So there's a difficult job for Mag to do. The smoke that he has in his inventory will help. Of course, that means if Spectre Horns, that's not going to disable his dagger.
Right.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Well, they're going to get this tower long before elements can get up to the top tower.
Ice Blast, but it's
also
just to slow him down.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good way to balance Wisp, to make it that whenever he takes damage, it does the same to the tethered hero.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, probably wouldn't get picked anymore with it.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean the hero is pretty strong. Let's be honest. Is that enough to turn off Wisp? Maybe.
I think it is, because the way you deal with Wisp is already to like try burst it down, and if it like owns the other hero in the meantime, I think it's like too much of a liability. It's not a very like subtle way to nerf the hero. That's why I don't think it would ever happen.
Ooh, this is gonna be a good glimpse. He's looking for the haunt way. He's gonna get silenced up though, so he can't use the illusion and drop down. Again, Ice Blast comes in, but won't find Seema. Probably the only one that might have gotten the kill on.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Bloodstone is up. I don't know if we pointed that out yet on Pasha.
He's had the Soul Ring for a while, so no, I'm surprised. 480 gold. That's pretty early, considering new gold changes and stuff like that. He only has one kill, a couple assists.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And it does look like the Spectre's going straight for the Radiance, having saved up significant amounts of gold before dying. Interesting, he didn't choose to buy the recipe. I guess it's too early on. Sometimes you do see Spectres saving for Radiance. If they die, they just buy the recipe. Yeah. It's like a bit of a catch-22 situation, because if you're worried you're not going to get the farm, you want to actually save up as big a chunk as possible first, buy the more expensive component. That's when you die and you have like 3k or something. I think if you die around the 2k mark, it's still like you want to keep your options open just in case.
Well, I'm trying to think about Roshan here. It's just seems like neither team really in it. Like maybe if you take a full 5-man wipe, you might end up at it, but it's not exactly like sometimes you'll just see teams like totally built around it, obviously with like Ursus and things like that. But I'd say most teams do tend to include the thought of it in the draft, especially when you're on the Dire side. But maybe just because they went for the IO Tiny, you got to work more around that than even your own terrain.
Yeah, I agree. I mean that's exactly the explanation I'd go for. You pick a Wisp, then your game is about Wisp. That's usually that's how serious of a hero it is, and that's why it needs some kind of serious control. And it feels like it's every 2 months there's a big nerf to the hero, and it doesn't matter. It always just stays around.
Well, that ward can do its work over here. They're spotted out, and actually, they might have an idea here. They're gonna spot him out. They found him. Seema's gonna pay for this one. So their little field trip, it'll cost them. Mag will get it at least.
How long is it now? I think it's almost 5 minutes maybe since ES and Tide both had dagger, and neither of them have used ulti yet.
Yeah.
And it is kind of the theme of the day for European Dota. Most of the games, certainly that we've cast, have been like fairly slow in terms of the kills. Like lots of posturing, but not a lot of willingness to actually go in on the fights. And a lot of it has to do with the kind of picks that we keep seeing, where both teams know that if the other team gets too good of an initiation on them, that's just that. And if you lose a couple of fights in a row in the mid game, you go very far behind.
Well, we've got the Aghanim Scepter now. Treads Ags. The drums in between. No blink required for this Tiny. He's going to have to rely on Mag for that. As well as Pasha, just for a little bit of control with his own Bloodstone. Moving into, I guess... Well, I'm not sure. Is this... I haven't tried this. Could this be an Aether Lens for Pasha?
It could be. I actually read something about this. It does something. Hang on, there's actually a fight going on.
Yeah,
it's a really okay using Ravage.
Oh, almost missed King R here, going down. By the looks of it here, solo Ice Blast. Popped off just for the fun of it. He'll be back up by the time he's alive anyway. So it would increase Timber Chain because the point click. It won't increase Rolling Death, obviously, but it'll increase the Chakram too. That seems pretty good. Oh, nice place, nice place. Pasha gonna get nightmared up, but they're gonna bring back Illidan. Kinetic Field gonna lock him in place, and he is down for the count. Still not spending that money, and you'd think when you're that high, it might be time to buy out the recipe. All his gold's unreliable anyway, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, okay. Makes no difference. That's actually a good thing to point out, and easily forgotten actually. Ever since they changed that you could see how much is reliable and unreliable, it's something that I often look at and is very important actually to look at. You're speaking before the fight broke out about Tiny not going blink. I think it's also like there's just too many situations in which it's like 2,000 gold down the drain if spec ulties or if A clips you or Queen of Pain or something like that.
There's a really good Reddit thread that had every single hero's interaction with Aether Lens. It was like the most useful Reddit thread that's ever been on Reddit, and I still have it bookmarked somewhere. Because it perfectly describes how it works with everyone. Just Google Aether Lens interaction Reddit and it pops up. It's good stuff. Shout out to that guy, whoever you are. Or gal, or dog, or cat, whatever was typing on the keyboard. Because he did good. Well, that's 6 Z's of Blink Dagger too.
Yeah, Blink definitely gets extended as well.
I actually don't understand why it works on items. I think that's like the most broken part about it.
Yeah, it's a bit strange. It doesn't even, like on the item, it doesn't even say that it does that.
I know, I was like shocked in my first game when people were blinking on me from so far away in the fog. It makes such a big difference. At least to me, it feels like a big difference.
Well, the most noticeable thing to me in terms of items is actually, because I play a lot of supports in pubs, you buy the lens and you can ward from like 4 times further away. Like, I notice it all the time. Like, oh my god, I like didn't have to walk into the dangerous place to place that ward. Like that ward that you place where you walk inside Rush and put it on this hill here, you can like stand in front of Rush and place it. It's like pretty sweet. I haven't
had that. I don't think I bought one yet.
A ward?
No, an Aether Lens. Instead of recall buying one.
It says a lot about the kind of heroes you're playing, I guess.
It really does. I've only played like maybe 10 games over the past 2 weeks, just so much casting, and I've just been playing Queen of Pain because I never played the hero before, and I was like, this hero seems fun. And then I just play Wraith King if I feel like winning. Because that hero's the best.
Yeah, Wraith King is pretty good. Pretty good hero. Does things. Tiny's got BKB now, so that's pretty scary actually for elements. They don't really have a plan to fight BKB Tiny. They have Fiend's Grip, and I mean, they're not going to kill him during Fiend's Grip. They can Fiend's Grip and then run away and leave Bane to die. Or yeah, I mean, the strength for elements right now is still they threaten inevitability with their Spectre, who's not going to buy the relic, and it's much harder for the Earthshaker to initiate than it is for them to initiate. But if the fight starts well for Vega, it's going to definitely end well for Vega now. No, it's Tiny's got BKB.
Well, we'll move into the Roshan pit and haunt Ice Blast up, but not noticed here. So it looks like it'll just be for free.
Yeah, and Spectre doesn't want to use Horn to scout because pretty close to Radiance, wants to have Horns up when Radiance comes up. And yeah, it's going to be a free Aegis, which I don't even know if Tiny needs to take this because of that BKB. It might just be the Timbersaw that takes it instead.
Oh, I think that would be better, yeah.
It's the air
He's
ulti,
like
actually, they're going to see this. This is actually pretty big. Spectre's going to Horns, but BKB Tiny should be enough.
He's going for it. Throwing toss up in the air, glimpse back. He got it, and he got glimpsed out. Oh.
Wow.
I have never seen that happen.
Okay.
That's just some Dota 2, ladies and gentlemen.
I actually thought it was an image that got glimpsed, and I was like, oh, Spec's gonna die, but... Yeah. That's gonna be Radiance now, so... I mean, they didn't get the call.
Oh my god. What a massive swing. Like, how much that could have slowed him down, potentially. Now ready and available with an Aegis.
That's Illidan in Dota, right? I talk so much about how many CIS players have, like... Well, Aegis apparitions are getting fought, so let's just look at that.
Yeah, he's gonna go down. Mag gets the kill.
I've talked a lot about the development of the CIS scene. Actually, Queen of Pain's been caught as well. This is Static Storm. I don't know if anyone else is gonna get there on time, though.
Mag, is it worth 4-step? I thought he was gonna go for it. Alright, they're gonna glimpse it back. Not expecting it, I don't think, from General.
Yeah, they do Spectre's Hunters down as well, so the fight's not gonna actually happen. So it's really good of Vega to capitalize and be like, okay, fine. Like, things went badly at Rush. Spectre still Aegis, but because the Horn's down, we can do whatever we want for a while. But yeah, the point I was going to make about Illidan is I talk a lot about how a lot of CIS players and teams have become more clinical in their approach to the game in the last year. Illidan is not one of them. He Rambo's hard. I think it's arguable that the reason that he was replaced by Silence in Virtus Pro, although, you know, FNG said they left on good terms, they just wanted to try something different. I think it's quite arguable that the big weakness in Illidan's player is that he's maybe a bit too Rambo, a bit too YOLO at times, and pays off there. Dives into the pit, gets the Aegis, gets out, but you know,
classic Illidan, is that basically what you're going at here?
Yeah, exactly, because it's like in hindsight it's like, wow, what a play, but if you had asked me, if we had like paused the game as he went in and said, is this a good play? I would have been like, no, what are you doing?
If this is a tactical pause, because you're relying on almost a mistake, it would seem, from the Disruptor.
Yeah, I mean, like, maybe his plan was to haunt out, because, you know, you can jump multiple times, so he's like, okay, I'm gonna quickly take it and jump to somewhere else, but... I mean, I don't know, to some extent that play says to me, like, not that much of a plan. I see Ice Blast connect, they're quite low, I'm just gonna go see what I can do, like, which is an okay play to make if you already have the Radiance. The fact that he, like, was on Relic and didn't have Radiance yet was, like your classic careful carry player just doesn't make that play, I think.
Yeah, I have to say, even after the play had happened, I had to say, I was kind of thinking to myself, like, did he haunt out? I think he did get glimpsed, though. Like, I heard the glimpse noise. Yeah,
there was definitely a glimpse. Initially I thought the glimpse was on one of the images. So I guess it's possible he glimpsed the image and then jumped to that image or something like that, but I don't even know how that works. Like, what happens if you glimpse a haunt image? Like, where does it go? Where was it 4 seconds ago?
I think it would go back to where it was, like, walking, I guess. It's okay, I'll watch the replay.
I mean, there definitely was a glimpse cast, and he definitely did end up back at the bot lane, so something happened. But I guess if it was his own doing and he jumped back, then it's much more to his own credit.
These 5-minute delays, man. That's what's making me think, like, I should really consider it before I just go, you know, you had to rely on a glimpse open from Seaman. I'm sure that was the plan, though, like the escape to the haunt. Either way.
So what's happening now? Vega Squadron increasing their lead quite steadily.
Vision haunt, I guess. Oh, they're going solo. I don't know. With this Glimmer Cape, chasing them down, knocking double back course, can follow the black line.
I love that play.
As carry, actually. That was good.
I love that play. And I saw Saniko do something very similar recently with the Jira, and I was very impressed by that. Like, the Wisp is about to die, but like thinks about what Tiny needs, and that's the hallmark of a good Wisp player, I think. Even when you're about to die, you're not thinking about yourself, you're thinking about the person that you're picked to support.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, well, it's still a kill, at least. In terms of the net worth, though, it's a little. I guess it's not that surprising that they're so far ahead. It has seemed pretty dominant in the past while. Moving around the map, you've got Tiny, you've got Timbersaw, just non-stop farming. Doesn't seem to ever be doing anything else. Oh, and here's the replay. Let's see. Our stream's gonna lag because I'm full screening another stream, but that's okay, guys. You guys will live. They're punching a tower. It's fine.
That's pretty bad. So you're full screening your own stream.
It's true. I've got double full screen action going.
You should stream yourself doing that.
Hold on, let me get my my laptop. It's like so laggy. We're running like 30 frames per second, but it's worth it, guys. It's worth it. It's taking forever. Jeez. All right. Better not miss a kill here.
Interesting that the Timbersaws didn't actually go for the other lens. He like now bought a good cab, going for the Ags or the BKB.
Oh yeah, no, he got glimpsed. Yeah, he definitely got glimpsed.
Yeah. So, worked out in his favor.
Alright, now I feel good. Oh,
He's
there's
not
the relocate coming in. Timbersaw, dunk, everything thrown on Illidan. Hashtag worth. Oh no, Yoku comes in, he can't save him in time though. Ice Blast coming through. Not gonna clip the IO, probably the most important hero here. In terms of trying to bring him down with at least a chance.
Yoku is farming towards a refresher orb, and he's got one perseverance, and that's definitely like, I would say, the best shot for elements in this game. It's like Tide's gonna hit a really big ulti and then refresh hit another really big ulti, and they could definitely win the game by winning a big fight like that. But as things stand, I think the odds are pretty stacked against them.
I mean, no one is just so farmed right now. Like, look at this guy. He's massive. 16,000 net worth. Like, are you serious? He's 5k ahead of the Radiant Spectre. I mean, obviously that you might be able to close that gap, but Aghanim's, I don't even know what farms faster. Probably an Aghanim's Tiny with an IO farms faster than the Spectre still.
Yeah, there's this really big problem, which is that elements damage is all spells, like all of it. Even the Radiance is it's spell damage mostly, and Timbersaw's nearly got BKB. Tiny's already got BKB. Sure, Earthshaker doesn't have a BKB, but he's got Force and Blink and Yule, so he can protect himself. And so it feels like almost a matter of time. It feels like Vega just needs to go through the motions now, and eventually they'll find the fight, and they'll definitely win the fight. Unless they get caught out. Ravage catches them before they BKB. Even better, Tide has 2 Ravages, but gonna be a smoke pickup actually for Ancient Apparition, and I think this is the attempt at a smoke gank, because there's a recognition by elements that the current dynamic of the game is just like a 100% lose dynamic for them.
Alright, well, Illidan, he's at the forefront here. And he'll ditch his team. Come on in if they need him through the haunt. And possibly sensing this, Vega are grouping up. Oh, it's for their own smoke. And it's the exact same plan. You're going to have a relocate from one team and a haunt from the other. And they are right on top of Illidan. And he is caught out again. Relocate coming in. They don't even need them to finish him off. But being his group of 5 ensures there's not going to be a haunt away. No quick escapes. And they can turn this into an objective here. But there is a wraparound occurring.
Top tower is under
what can Yoku find? Oh, they're going to find Mag. Convenient invis rune here for general. Puts out the dagger, but it's going to be blink dodged. That could be an issue there. What was the BKB?
Somebody uses BKB.
Yeah, he's Fiend script up there now. Here comes the Sack Storm up. Going to be able to cancel that now. Pasha's trying to go to work. Trying to use the rest of his BKB while almost the last. There goes the Ravage, waiting that one out. BKB's all down. Sonic Wave, I'm not sure. I think that only clipped Pasha. Then again, no one has so much health. Who cares? I mean, he's going to be trying to get out of this one. Pasha, they're trying to chase down King R. He's kind of in the punching bag this whole game. And oh, jeez. That's painful to watch. At least General gets to live. Oh, in the back they have actually found Screen, who decided to go the other way, try and find Sweet Relief. Brain Sap, trying to get a deny here. I think. Not so lucky though. Meanwhile,
that was kind of the desperation there from elements, but it was like a bit too predictable. Like, always what you're going to do is you're going to smoke with 4, Spectre's going to be in another lane, but you can haunt in. And that the exact counter to that play is the enemy team goes on your Spectre. That's what they did. And Illidan's going back in. Classic Illidan, but this time getting glimpse stars, and it's not going to help him at all. So, haunt for nothing.
And the Ravage a ways away here.
Well, no one's already used BKB.
This looks dangerous to the side of the Radiant. Not sure about this play. Sonic Wave comes out. It does hit onto 2. General in trouble. Can they get some more stuns? They're going to be the 1 glimpse back here. And he'll make his great escape. All 5 still up. Relocating home just to heal up and make their push.
Okay. What
Is
is
he gonna courier any items over the meta play?
Is Pasha buying a Hex now? That's what I want to ask. He's got an Ultimate Orb now, so that Cloak was definitely casual. He finished BKB, now he's got an Ultimate Orb. It's probably is a Hex. I can't imagine what else would be. Like, you don't go Skadi, Timbersaw, you could go Lincolns. I guess you could go Lincolns. Like, he's not gonna go Mansa, he's not gonna go Skadi. Those are like, for sure.
Yeah. No, I kind of like the, I think Sheep's the best just for the mana regen. It's so good. I guess Lincoln has it as well.
Dead Queen of Pen, and she's got
she just
buyback.
sits still. Illidan, possibly gonna be next. Here's another Fiend's Grip again onto Pasha, but BK beat up, so they can't tack on too much of this extra damage. Queen of Pain coming back and looking for that big with Sonic Wave. It's gonna be only the 2nd level, and it clips Pasha in the back. Yule's up in the air as Mag. He will fall, and Illidan, he is on the hunt. Gonna find Seema. Yule's up in the air to stop that TP. A little bit of Anchor Smash, a little bit of love. Goes
Can I
down
just
and
say
freeze.
that Timbersaw looks completely ridiculous when he's being Fiend's Gripped. Did you see that? He looked like he was dancing. Like, I mean, every hero has like a Fiend's Grip animation when they're being gripped, that they like, sort of like, try and wriggle free or something. But Timbersaw was BKB, maybe that's part of it. So there's like this golden mechanical Timbersaw, like, almost like just taunting the Bane, like, okay, whatever, I'll just stand here and dance.
That's the equal Timbersaw taunt to the Tidehunter one, is it?
Yeah,
It just
but
spins
it only
in a
works.
circle.
It only works when you're being Fiend's Gripped.
Alright. I love this. It's not often we get to see the crit Tiny anymore. They're always going Butterfly and all those other items, but I feel like when you're this far ahead, crit's a pretty good item.
Yeah, there's no point going Butterfly here. It's not really hit damage that would kill him. It's like, he's trying to maximize the value of his BKB, because he's completely invincible during BKB. He's basically invincible even out of BKB, except, like, it's when the AA ulti's on him, and he's not in BKB, that's when he can die. It's like, only that period.
Yeah, pretty much the only condition. And which that's going to be the case. So, there's not going to be a haunt this time. As great as it was previously. Ooh, here, I have some drums, guys.
Yeah, and the lads on solo means that now there's even lifesteal, so it's like, even more, just emphasize what we just said. Tiny dies when he can't BKB and his AA ult in, and that's the only time he ever dies.
Pasha and no one are having a race here, in terms of last hits. So far, no one is still ahead by 11.
It's pretty damn close, actually.
Yeah, Seal have the most at the end of the game.
Dire's top tower is
Oh,
under
Mantis Star finished on Spectre, but hardly significant in my opinion, and there's a consideration to jump forward from both sides, actually.
This is really a weird play, it seems. I mean, it almost feels like they're like now realizing, why are we up this far? Like, what is our plan of attack? Like, what are we gonna do? Try and bait them into a 5-man Ravage?
And
Into a
Vega knows
Sonic
that
Wave?
they're
It's like
still
the only
around you.
choice.
You can tell Vega actually, yep, this is gonna be... Put out Bane. Is that reveal?
Yeah. Try and find the bigger heroes here, looking for the Fiend's Grip. No, they're coming back over, so we'll see the BKB. It is up, might have been wasted here, just a little bit. Because the Ravage might actually have a chance to do something. Ice Blast coming in. Pasha once again, Fiend's Grip up in the backline, though the important hero. Illidan. Sonic Wave comes out, it's a lot of damage. That Ravage only hits 1, and I think Pasha just BKB'd through it. I think that was a whiff of a Ravage. Because if it hit 1 hero, I couldn't see it. I was looking north to the 4 heroes that definitely missed. And I think Pasha was BKB'd.
It almost hit the Tiny. Like, he was just up there.
It was close.
But I doubt that's what he was ravaging for. It was more just like,
I'm gonna die.
The Spectre's about to die. You might as well try ravaging, because once Spectre does die, like, you've lost the fight, you've lost your axes. Spectre doesn't have buyback.
And it's tiny, so you lost the game, more than likely.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all full HP, they could just walk the full length around and go to the other tower.
I would like to ban Elemental to Fiend's Grip Timbersaw again, so we can see the little Timber dance.
Oh, how about a Tiny Nightmare? That's pretty close.
It's
General, Fisher, Sheep.
I'd say Nightmare and
Oink, oink.
Tiny's the same genre, but different move.
I was digging his move too, though.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright, well, here comes Spectre. No Haunt going to be available by the time this Rax falls. Ice Blast, I know they got to get it on the Isle. And they will. But they're still an Aegis. They're still a BKB. They're still an Echo Slam. Fisher blocking them all off, stuck inside, trapped near the trees with Pasha. This is exactly where he wants them. And he's ripping through General. Illidan now up here. He's with Strain, but he's in trouble. They're going to call that GG. Illidan will go down. Yoku, he buys back just for fun.
I gotta
Just
say,
to depreciate his stats.
for this game, elements just look kind of outclassed. It just feels like one of those games where like there were like some kind of good things happening for them early on, but you have this feeling that inevitably the game's out of their control. They have no say in what happens. And I mean, congrats to Vega Squadron, because that's honestly, Vega Squadron should be a team that we're considering for direct invites. Yeah. So they should be cleaning up these games in the qualifier. So it's good of them to do that, and this is their first game, and probably only going to go upward for them.